But we have to rebuild our roads, our bridges, our tunnels, our schools, our hospitals.
It was built in 1928 when cars and trucks were much lighter. It was designed to last 50 years. That was 86 years ago.
Now they can't keep up with it. 300 bridges become structurally deficient each year in the state of Pennsylvania. That's 1% added to the already 23% they already have. They just can't fix them fast enough.
Bridges, roads, rails, and runways are crumbling under our feet. The nightmare scenario unfolded 7 years ago. 13 people died in the dramatic collapse of the I-35W bridge in Minneapolis.
According to the government, there's 70,000 bridges that have been deemed structurally.
You could go to any major city in America and see roads and bridges and infrastructure that need to be fixed. Today. They need to be fixed today.
There are more than 4,000 bridges in metropolitan Pittsburgh, and 20% of them are structurally deficient, including one of the city's main arteries.
We will rebuild our roads, our bridges, our tunnels, highways, airports.
Every year in the U.S., hundreds of deaths and injuries are attributed to failing infrastructure like bridges, dams, and roads. A 2013 report by the American Society of Civil Engineers gave the United States a D+ on infrastructure.
In the years of the past, since that assessment, little or no progress has been made, even though Obama has urged people to take action.
11% of all the bridges in New York City are structurally deficient. They are at risk of serious damage.
Maybe there needs to be more frequent inspections.
His county has nearly 200 structurally deficient bridges. In such bad shape, 85 of them now have weight restrictions. And to the fact that the I-35W, which was built in 1967, was also fracture critical. An engineering term meaning that if one part of the bridge fails, the entire span can fall. Why did that happen?
It happened because there was 16 years where that bridge was structurally deficient. Well, this bridge is listed both as structurally deficient and functionally obsolete. 1 in 4 of our nation's bridges are listed that way. And it's even worse in urban areas where it's 1 in 3 bridges have this distinction.
In Washington state alone, there are nearly 400 bridges that are considered to be structurally deficient. More than a third of the bridges in the state are past their design life of 50 years. On Interstate 5 in Washington state alone, there are 3 bridges that are not the one that collapsed that are considered to be structurally deficient. The one that did collapse is not rated as structurally deficient. It instead is rated as functionally obsolete because of that whole fracture critical problem where if you hit one part of it wrong, the whole thing falls into the water. Yes, that does seem to be a problem.
It's not just that the infrastructure is old. In many ways, it is deteriorating, breaking down, and it's causing havoc.
Infrastructure Preservation Corporation presented the first commercially viable robotic inspections of bridge cable stays and high-mast light poles at the Transportation Research Board's annual conference in Washington, D.C. last week. IPC has updated the 50-year-old manual transportation infrastructure inspections with robotic inspection services. This will help the Department of Transportation and asset managers to find early-stage deterioration and better budget for repairs. By making repairs in a timely manner, IPC will help keep our infrastructure safe, prevent untimely replacements, and help extend the service life of our valuable infrastructure assets. This will help save billions in infrastructure costs. You can find videos of our inspection services at www.infrastructurepc.com.
But we have to rebuild our roads, our bridges, our tunnels, our schools, our hospitals. I mean, our country's like a third world country.